band called The Verve, and he's done a few solo bits that have gone down quite well.
Quite well.
He is a much beloved, amazing, talented British artist. Mm-hmm. He has new material coming out, and we're going to talk to him live after this. No, that's the red shirt. I don't want to play that yet.
Oh.
Because that's him.
Okay.
Live after this. I'll play this instead. He should be on the screens in my studio. I should be able to see his pretty face. Good morning, Richard Ashcroft.
Morning, Chris.
That
can't be Chris Miles.
In what?
Chris Miles, man, he's 5 times bigger than that.
Yeah, well, all that Radio 1 money's gone, so I'm not living the life I used to live.
Hey, mate, someone told me to read that little bit in your book about me, but I've not read it yet. What does it say? Or did someone else write that?
No, I definitely wrote my book.
All right, I'll reread it tonight anyway. I'll check it out.
Do you know what? I can't. Do you know what?
No, I can't either.
It won't be anything bad, though.
Oh, no.
Not at all.
No. Do you know what? We might call you back because the signal is not great. And as much as I can see you and you look great, I might just have to call you back. It's a bit like that.
Man. No worries, man.
All right, I'll call you right back, straight back. All right. That's what we were worried about because the signal's not awesome. Okay.
He looks great, though, doesn't he?
Doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Got a lovely mouth.
Yeah, lovely mouth. Lovely glasses on today as well, isn't he?
Seriously, he's got the phone in his hand. I never get this. He's got the phone in his hand. Richard, are you serious?
Welcome to the
What? I just spoke to him. Oh, man. Ay.
Play him an Arctic Monkeys record.
How many millions of albums do you need to sell before you've got good Wi-Fi? And this has got to be the number we called him on for FaceTime.
Exactly the same.
Are you there? You're right, it's me.
Oh, you're clear. You're clear.
Okay, good. Right, so we're live again now. So I did get to briefly see you then. You look very well.
Oh, thank you. So did you lot. Man, what are you on? I do not know how you do this business.
Okay, I can't hear you.
Right, we've got a landline. We've got a landline.
Got a landline, everyone.
I've never seen... That was the most glamorous-looking breakfast crew I've ever seen. Man.
Well, God love you. God bless you. We do try our best. Are you?
God bless Radio X as well, man. Anyone who takes my video from whatever is the main advertising for the thing, what a compliment that was as well. Nice one.
Oh, did he?
Like Liam texted the other day. We need radio stations that will play the full Resurrection Stone Roses in the middle of the day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
It's like. And then play something that's a contemporary, someone who's in the... So I don't care. Someone who's just put a single out that's actually fits into that whole thing. We need to appreciate our culture because a lot of radio stations, a lot of places, they just don't get it. We could play, so you're hearing 15 tunes from America and then what? It's like, wait a sec. You understand? So I appreciate Radio X for supporting good music.
Well, do you know, that's kind of insane. And I think as well, the thing about Radio X is a lot of people have an image of what it plays, which is totally wrong. A lot of people think we're just playing very noisy thrash, heavy metal music or weird indie music that they don't like. And actually, when people tune in, every time someone new tunes in, they go, do you know what? Oh, the music's great. And that's the thing, because we can play all the great stuff that that people don't play anymore because it's not new. Like if you if you look at there's so many songs by the Rolling Stones or by Arctic Monkeys or by you guys or whatever, and then but equally we just played the new Portugal the Man track, which is a great track, and Jerry Cinnamon's track we're being hammering today.
Yeah, exactly. And this is there's a big hunger for this as well. And I think what people don't appreciate, even on our commercial level, there is I played before Liam at Finsbury Park. We played the show at the Cricket Ground. I did the Stones shows. I'm seeing it firsthand from the stage, that this is cross-generational as well. Do you know what I mean? It's not like even the Stones shows you think, you'll look out and it's not. You know what I mean? It's 3-generational. Same with Liam's show. You've got people 17 seeing those songs for the first time, and then you've got people jumping around who were probably there at the original net worth or something.
But that's because I think that's because. But a really good song is a really good song today, in 5 years, in 20 years, in 50 years.
Yeah.
You know, and without blowing smoke up your ass, Urban Hymns is a brilliant album. It was a brilliant album when it got released on day one, and it's still a brilliant album today. It's never going to be not brilliant. You know.
Yeah, I think that's the thing with the timeless. Anything that sort of struck that timeless scene, we knew it at the time in a way in the back of our minds. Like, say, if we heard She Bangs the Drums or Live Forever, it was something different. It was like, I'm not going to outgrow this. This isn't a fad. I'm not going to put Live Forever on when I'm 60 and think, oh, wow, I've outgrown that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's the same with the Beatles material, the Dylan, some of that stuff. You're never going to outgrow it. And I think what happens in America is with hip-hop culture, right, they appreciate it. So you can have a big morning hip-hop show in New York where a Nas comes in for an interview who might be around my age, but then again, because they appreciate the lineage and the history and the culture, it's not just something that's like thrown away. Whereas in our country, we like shy away from the fact that we have this amazing like lineage now in Great Britain of like some of the greatest like music ever created, most creative people on this little island. Like, and we're like, you know, we need to have people who connect the dots and say, well, you know, this is some of the cream of the crop over the last, you know, whatever. And there is a sort of connection between us all. You know, even if you're doing different stuff, you can still connect the Sex Pistols to Massive Attack. You know what I mean? It's like people who got to a crossroads and they went a different way, but they were still commercial and they were still, you know, attractive. The sound, you know, you want to buy into it, you can sing the songs, but they were just representing a different form of being creative in a very corporate world. You know what I mean? How do you remain creative in this sort of environment? And it's like, it's tough when the kids are just being told that what you do is you queue up in the rain, you get four people tell you you're rubbish or whatever, and if you get through, you know, I'll write your song and I'll manage you, and you know, if you're lucky, you'll come out of it having danced around the world, like performing whatever. You know, you're going to be like lucky. That's the prize now for a lot of kids. The prize for me was when I saw sort of Stone Roses in Warrington, Legends. That was like the prize. The prize was being in control of my own destiny and vibe and look and everything, you know. So that's what I'm on about. So that was my punk. So everyone needs their like punk moment where you go, actually, you can do all this, but you can do it yourself. You know what I mean?
But I do think there are, you know, it's not all rubbish. What's, you know, the new stuff that's coming through. There are young people making some amazing stuff.
This is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. This is like, so there's a big idea that, you know, what urban music and everything, which I'm a big fan of, and big fan of the success of British urban music total. But the thing that was always been said since the Beatles couldn't get signed to a certain label because rock and roll was over or guitars are over. Right. It's not even about guitar. It doesn't matter how you represent the song, but the song and the lyric and things that connect to people, like on a base level, will never die out. You know what I mean? And that's like what I realised at Finsbury Park when I played before Liam. You know, there's like a huge crowd there. Check it out on my Instagram when I walk on the stage, how big that crowd is. Like,
huge.
And all I've got is an acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
And that's all I need. So it's like,
but the thing,
I don't need.
Richard, you feel that when you walk out, you're walking out on stage. Those people have bought a ticket to see Liam. They know you're going to be there, you feel that love when you walk out because you are really loved, and the songs that you've created are super loved.
Yeah, I think it's an amazing feeling. It's not about an ego feeling. It's just like, you know, I'm happy not only to accept what I've done in the past and do my damn best for us to reach that level that song might have now impacted your life. So, you know, if you've got a drugstore work in your pocket, like, and you're going to play it, you better play it. Like, this is my opinion, because I always have the anecdotes of my mum went to see Neil Young when I was a young lad. Wow. And I remember, bless him, where he did the whole show with a vocoder. He was just on his vocoder album.
Really?
And my mum, bless your mum if you're listening there, went to see Heart of Gold and Old Man and stuff in her head, you know what I mean? But Neil was on his experimentation thing, and that's fair enough. He can do what he likes, but I remember the disappointment my mum had that he hadn't done any of the classics,
Yeah.
And I think that's really important that, you know, if you've been lucky enough to write a tune or a few tunes that have actually gone into the heart of people's subconscious, their lives and that, you've got to, like, in my opinion, if they're in like whatever job they're doing, whatever's going on in their lives, if they paid that money and got into that room with you and that song, yeah, and I'm not going to not play it. Not only that, I'm going to try and step up to and rise to the occasion, because I understand what it means to people. Do you know what I mean? And like, yeah, so it was amazing to do that, because it's like walk on at Finsbury Park, just play 4 tunes, bang, you know, and it was like, yeah, and I think everyone there, that's why this new tune, Surprised by the Joy, in a way it's like, I think you've got the world exclusive because you're going to play the full, this is that, it'll be heard on the radio from start to finish. And what it is I love those Lennon McCartney tunes where like the verse, it's a minor verse, goes into a major chorus, and it's like, the verses are my paranoid Lennon side, and the choruses are my, like, come on, you know, we can work it outside, you know, it's like,
hey,
that feeling of coming.
Let me ask you this, have you heard McCartney's new album yet, Egypt Station?
I have not heard Paul's new album yet, but, you know, I'm sure I will hear it soon, because it seems to be doing quite well. Have you heard it?
Yeah, I listened. It came out on Friday, and I downloaded it, which is a.
And what's it like?
I really like it. I think there's some great tracks on there. There's some proper Paul McCartney-like tracks on there.
Fantastic. Well, that's good, man, because at the end of the day, we need these people who are defying, like, because people say, oh, you can't leave a band and do whatever or be successful. This is it. You know, oh, you can't have children in your 20s and carry on being whatever, or you can't do this. You can't. And I think people like Paul McCartney and that, certainly the Stones as well, I love the way they defied logic or, you know, and carried on being creative like Van Morrison has or Dylan. They just carried on, and that's what I'm going to do. But my version of it is a bit more, you know, my aims are a little bit more, I want to get more into kind of the mainstreams here, you know what I mean, as well. And that's something that's difficult, obviously, but, you know, I write tunes, you see, I write songs with big melodies and things that people will remember, so let's hope, see what happens when the actual Rebel comes out, but I'm just continuing, enjoying, doing what I'm doing, man, and I appreciate any radio station out there that backs not only my music, but I thought it was great when Liam tweeted about Resurrection. It's like, it's true. It's a bit of a tonic in the day when you hear something that's all right on the radio, because nothing sounds better than when it's on the radio. It doesn't matter where you're playing it, in the radio, in the car, or whatever. I'm a big radio fan, you see, so I always have been. Let
me ask you about this album. So the album comes out. So here's the facts about Richard Ashcroft. The new single, Surprised by the Joy, is out on the 10th of September, which is today. So you can get it today. Yeah. And then the album will come out on the 19th of October, called Natural Rebel. And we've made Surprised by the Joy our record of the week. So we're going to play it every day this week. So this album, so you go into the studio now, you work on the new album, Natural Rebel. I haven't heard the album yet. Are you looking to change direction? Are you looking to move on, or do you just sit, come up with a song and go, I like this song, I'm going to work on this song? Is it sometimes as easy as just going, I'm not really going anywhere, I'm just writing a lot of good songs?
Yeah, in a way, and sometimes like a bit of a new piece of something might influence you on it. Like on this album, I got an old Lynn drum machine, and this thing's got, when you're writing with it, it's got amazing swing. Prince used to write a lot of songs with it, with the Lynn drum. Right. And so that influenced a couple of songs, as in I just got in a groove and I wrote you know, but what I did want on this record was, I wanted to, like, everyone says the album's over. I still wanted to treat it like a proper album, like, so it has dynamic, it ends. I like the way, you know, again, going back to the Roses, I love the way Resurrection ends that album. I love the way what a great way to finish, you know. So it's still got that classical start. So I did want, if there's going to be a ballad on it, or there's going to be a song, a moving, slow song, it had to be the ultimate. So I think it's got the heaviest, probably, guitars I've ever done in my solo work. It's also got the most uplifting songs I've done for a number of years. But like you say, I don't sit down with pieces of paper and planning, and it's not about that with me. And a lot of the stuff just comes out of my mouth, and I've just got to live with it. You know, the drugs don't work. The line came out. You know, I didn't sit down and write that line.
Right.
It's more about when you've done it that way, you have to live with what you've just let happen. So that's what I do. I don't think it too much. But this time I did get my man from America, my guitar player, and we went into my cellar, and then I taught him the songs, and then we went into a rehearsal room, and I taught the drummer and the bass player the arrangements. And this time I did it a lot liver, you know. So
Yeah.
There's less on this record, but it's more powerful in a way.
When you write a song, maybe you're just sitting with a guitar and you've got a line in your head or whatever, and off you go and you do it, right?
Yeah.
Is there one person that you will play something to and go, is this good? It feels good. Is this good? Who's that? Who is that person? Would that be Kate, or would that?
Yeah, of course. I mean, Kate's always, because like Kate was a musician before I was, or she played gigs before I was spiritualized and stuff. So we've always had that unique thing that, you know, and she's cool than me in a way, more stylish and naturally, but, you know, so I've always drawn on her for putting some acceptance in a way. But, you know, along with Kate, now my sons obviously are getting older, and it's great to have young ears, see if they're still feeling what you're doing, you know.
How old is he?
I've got 18 and 14.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Well, I know how it happened, obviously.
I know, yeah.
You know what I mean?
So the little baby who's I think he's on the inside of my first solo album. I just seen him walk down with a robot down the stairs from the shower. He's like 6'1" or something.
What about in your house? Because now, what are they listening to? Because you've got an 18-year-old and a 14-year-old, and now the pressure. I guess you want them to find what they find, but it's that thing where I'm sure you're trying.
I don't want to get. Yeah, I mean the thing is I've got to accept I never came out of the womb with like a Stooges album. I love pop music as well. You know, I'm just one of them classic people who listens to the whole top 40 rundown, you know, in the early 80s and that.
Of course.
And would take the whole thing and try and find what I did. Like, I knew nothing about music. I just tried to find what I liked before, you know, anyone, older brothers or friends turned you on to different things. I think it was really like the Smiths really was the first time I knew, other than like old Beatles that had been hanging around. That was like my first journey into, there's a whole other thing with music. Do you know what I mean? It isn't just what's your favourite tune. So I like letting people do what they like, but now my oldest son is he's into a massive, he's just into, it's amazing when you hear what they play, man. They're very eclectic, and it's quite exciting. They're not just stuck on one thing, and they really do appreciate, just like we did. They go right back, you know, and they hear him playing Dylan and everything, you know, from the 60s and stuff to today. So he likes, who's the guys that would play the gig with my son, and big fan of, I can't quite remember the name now. But
that's the thing, when you're younger, I think you don't, not everyone, but you don't really have that musical snobbery. Like a good song is a good song, be it a top 40 song or something old that you just go, this is really brilliant.
Well, if anyone's seen Peter Sellers in Being There, the film, like, I always say I was a bit of a Chauncey as a kid, as in I just soaked up so many adverts. I could sing you back so many different jingles that I do think that had something to play in it as well. That I was saying to Kate last night that basically a jingle has to be a chorus, really. There's no point making a jingle as a verse, if you know what I mean. It has to be the big tagline, doesn't it? It has to be the big chorus.
Of course.
So I think it's a mixture of my music. It's two phases. It's the young phase of soaking up all these adverts and all like whatever pop music and things I was soaking in, and and then it's the next stage of my life where I go on another trajectory. And what I did was, I kind of, by the time I got to Urban Hymns, I managed to sculpt it all the way into something, one defining thing where you have melodies and things that are so catchy and timeless, yet it has this other depth, that all that other exploration from listening to the Smiths and the Roses onwards started, and all that other music that was then listened to since when I was 17 to 27 or whatever. You know, like, that is what Urban Hymns really is. It's like those two sides of my writing thing. It's the 70s adverts and the tape in the top 40, and it's the Carpenters, and it's ABBA, and it's everything, all just pure melody that I love. But I do like the rough as well, you know, and so that's where I think it comes from, and that's the journey I've been on ever since. This just put everything into that washing machine, turn it on, and see what happens. You know what I mean?
Well, the album, I'm totally with you. I want everybody to know the album is Natural Rebel. It comes out on the 19th of October, and Surprised by the Joy is the new single, which you can download by today. And we're going to play it as our record of the week. I'm going to have to run, Richard. I'm not
nice one,
anywhere,
man.
but come in and see us. Come in and see us anytime you like. Anytime you like.
Come down. I'm going to bring my guitar. I'm going to come down, boy.
Love that. Give over. We'd love it. And give our love to your family as well. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too. All the best to everyone out there. Love and peace. Take care.
Cheers, Richard. Bye-bye.
Cheers, mate. Bye, mate.
Bye. Look at that. Richard Ashcroft.
That was great.
Love him.
Brilliant.
Talk to him all day.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's easy. You just ask him 3 questions.
Yeah. But he's got a lot to say, hasn't he?
I remembered when Vernon interviewed him.
Yes, I was just talking about that before.
And I was listening to it. I'd left work and I was listening, and I had some time to kill before an appointment. So I was listening on the Radio X app, and I'm on Oxford Street, walking in and out the shops. And I remember I was absolutely, a couple of things happened. Number one, I was mesmerised by what Richard was saying. And then it wasn't until I saw Vernon the next day, he went, "Did you hear it?" I said, "Yeah, Richard was fascinating." He goes, "I asked him 3 questions. We were on for half an hour."
Yeah, exactly. No,
I'd like him to come in. It'd be nice to get to really get stuck in with him and go, because it's hard to interview somebody on the phone because there's a slight delay and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice to get in and go, "What do you think of this? What do you think of that? Let's play some songs. Let's do, him playing his guitar, but also playing some songs of other bands and saying what he loves about them, because he loves his music.
He loves everything, doesn't he? Sort of all different types and stuff. It's great.
We've also talked for so long. We haven't got time to play the record now, but we will play it after the news. So it's 8:50.
That's the irony of that conversation.
No, he's going to be like, he's not even playing the bloody song, he's playing an advert for Selco. So we'll take a break, we'll do the news, and then we will play you it. It is our record of the week. We've chosen it because it's a great song. It's the new Richard Ashcroft single, Surprised by the Joy. His album is called Natural Rebel. It comes out on the 19th of October, but you can get his song today, and we will play it for you after the news, which is next.